Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lay It on the Table. As you see, I have my esteemed compadres here. We're going to be talking about whatever we want to talk about and put that shit on the table. I want to start the shit off today. What the fuck is going on with Lizzo? What the fuck?
I'm gonna say it so no one else gets in trouble. I'm gonna say it so no one else gets in trouble.
Yep.
When you're fat, you gotta pick a struggle. All right. As a fat nigga, I can speak on it. You gotta pick a struggle. You can't be a piece of shit and be fat, bro. Like that, you can't do it, bro. It's just bad. Niggas are already downing us for just existing. Sound familiar? So you can't then be a piece of shit. She out here was crying like, oh my God, people keep shaming me for being fat. I'm just trying to live my life. You out here being fat phobic to your fat bitches who's sitting there dancing with you? Stop, bro. That's some crazy shit. How they're supposed to be your people. But all skin folk getting kinfolk, right? All skin folk getting kinfolk. So
this to me, gentlemen, is quintessential power trip. As a lot of you guys are young, so you're in the beginning of this thing called life. I've been doing this shit for a long time, and there's certain people that when they start off a journey and I'm gonna say they're in the mail office with you, and you in the mail and you sorting mail and shit, and they're like, oh, I can't wait to get up to that point where I'm in the executive office and I'm gonna make some changes because I know how we suffering down here in the mail room. And it's like you're kicking it. That's great. And then as time goes on, maybe you don't go anywhere, and that person moves up. It's amazing. 99% of the time, with people that I met when I was at the lower level, when it got to a level which I call C-suite level, their true colors show up. They don't want to help a motherfucker. They ain't trying to, see people going through the same thing you went through, but it's still saying, I know that feeling. They'd rather just put the foot down on you and say, fuck you, I'm here now, do what I had to do to get here. And you're going to see that a lot.
The thing. People act like that all the time, like with anything. Oh, I struggle to get, like, I'm gonna keep it a bean. When I graduated college, they gave us like this little fucking questionnaire, like, what would you change about the school? I wasn't gonna answer that. Fuck them niggas. I graduated. So whatever bullshit that y'all niggas gotta deal with, y'all niggas gotta deal with that. If you sitting there saying the school don't help me, I'm not getting anybody who helps me with this, I can't find nobody helping with that. I had the same exact issue and I figured it out. So you figure it out. That's the mentality. The problem is when you get to like the stage that Lizzo is at, people already don't like you just because you're at that level. So then when you give them excess ammunition, like, oh, being a piece of shit and treating your people bad and doing weird, freaky. We're not going to it on the pod because some people might not know. But just look it up. Do the research. She having them women doing freaky shit. Just for her own, I guess, kicks, for lack of better terms, like for her own love and enjoyment. And it's weird. It's like, it's actually really fucked up. It's really fucked up. I'm actually kind of tilted about that because it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
It is. And, this should be a cautious tale that when you get money, and you guys are going to do very well in your lives, whatever y'all decide to do, don't let the power go to your head. I've seen it personally. I've seen people just became so obsessed with power, and people like, they changed. I said, no, they didn't change. They were the same piece of shit person, but now they have money that they can go ahead and they have some power over people to influence what they can do and can't do to you. So again, as y'all guys progress in your careers, just be mindful that, you can't do a bunch of fuck shit and don't think it can't come back on you. It always comes back on you. It always takes is one person say, it's enough. I can't deal with that shit. And they blow your whole shit out the water. No. So this a cautionary tale. You got to learn from this shit. A lot of people
you're about to say something fucked up. I know it.
I ain't saying nothing fucked up. This motherfucker said it comes back on you, and nobody paused it or nothing.
Nah, I was gonna
let
be
that
great.
motherfucker ride out.
Let it ride, bro. You gotta let it ride. Like, no, you ain't pause yourself. No, you gotta eat that one.
I ain't eating shit. Pause. Pause. So I'll play devil's advocate. I took a class about cult leaders at school and how they were, obviously they're insane, but they're also like ridiculously charismatic, which allows them to be in that realm and get people to follow them and stuff. So what I would ask all y'all is, some people view that transition into power as like a negative step for some people when the power goes to their head. But if you look at a lot of great leaders, there was some sort of change in them to be able to lead in some capacity or do that. That can be viewed as negative. Like you gotta do some shit that's not everybody's gonna be happy about. Yeah. So is it a necessary step, or is it even like, can we fathom a perfect leader who doesn't become more shitty as they rise up?
I will speak for myself and just say that when you try to go up, that you have to deal with so much shit naturally that I think you become inherently jaded and you become inherently more toxic as you come up, not because you want to, but because it allows you to survive in that environment. Because the one thing that I had a friend of mine mention, that he was saying at his job now, he's just kind of short with everyone because it's easier. Because it's like men, we can all relate that when you don't feel appreciated, you're going to show it. Whether you show it in your actions, you show it in your words, or you show it in your demeanor, it comes out because you men, that's probably one of the, I would say, at least for myself, one of the top tier, like, I'm going to lose who I am as a person if you disrespect like what I put into something and you try to minimize the work that I've put into it. I'm going to lose it. And I'm going to show you what the other side of me looks like, because I showed you what helpful looks like. Now I got to show you that, like, no, you don't ask for this nigga, so nigga here now type shit. But that's just me.
Nah, I'm gonna have to play the bit devil's advocate as well and be like, bro, it's all still allegedly. These were 3 dances. We got to give her the same.
I feel that
the same grace we get to a dude.
3 dances.
3 dances. 2 of them were fired at the same time 2 years ago.
Okay.
One of them retired last year.
Correct.
So like,
on top of an ex-choreographer and an ex-producer of some of her shows corroborated those stories. That was my only like. People coming out like, oh, that was what we were trying to say. But like you said with men, like how many people come out of the woodwork when one person says something? You gotta say that, like, these are all allegedlys at the end of the day. She could have been a good person, and then women just, you know how women do.
No, I don't. You get me on video saying no shit like
that. No, I'll say it then.
No,
fuck it. I'll say it then. Women sometimes just be piggybacking on other bullshit, bro. Take that how you want to take it.
I'm gonna tell you, because I've been in the C-suite for damn near 30 years, so I've been at that level. You do change. You have to change, because for me, when you're heading an organization and you're the head of it, you have to make sure that you are strong enough to lead the organization, but yet honest enough to say, hey, if somebody's fucking up, you pull them in. Here's an example. What I used to hate was people, before I got to this point, would pull everybody into a meeting and they start saying shit. But then you're like, well, it's not me.
All right.
And then you're like, well, why the hell I'm in this goddamn hour meeting as you chastising 2 or 3 motherfuckers that didn't do their job? And for me back then, I said, you know what? When I get to that level, I know if I have a problem with the person, I'm gonna pull that person into a meeting. I'm not gonna waste everybody else's time because I have an issue with 1 or 2 people. A lot of people have a tendency to say, I don't want to separate anybody. Well, motherfucker, you always pissing people off. You pulling people in that don't have nothing to do with the shit, and you got 2 people or 3 people that you particularly looking at, but you're gonna pull 20 motherfuckers in a meeting to talk to 3. Pull those 3 in a meeting, and then do what you need to do. Stop talking to all of them, unless it's a system issue or a issue that's going on within the company. Then I pull your asses in. I gotta reel you in. But do it individually. Because you start to throw everybody under the bus that way, then everybody starts to not trust. They're like, whoa. They're looking around each other like, who the fuck's snitching people out? Who doing that? So now you're putting in some tension in the work environment. When you get to that point, if you got a problem with somebody, go to that person and pull them in and deal with them instead of fucking around and then just, I'm the boss and do what the fuck I tell you. Don't do that. It comes back to haunt you. Every fucking time it comes back to haunt you because somebody in there is going to say, you said something wrong to me or you said, well, why'd you say this?
I'm sorry. I love you. I fully disagree with you. I'm so sorry. I fully agree with you. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
No, I'm on here. I'm with him on that, bro.
Okay, perfect. So then,
my biggest pet peeve is when somebody come to me talk about some shit that I had nothing to do with, bro. Like, you know what I'm talking about, bro. I'm bro. Like, I almost fucked up my vacation, dog. I swear to God, dog. Like, don't come to me with that shit.
Bro, I'm sorry.
No way.
It's true. I agree with, like, as the worker, like, you're like, bro, like, this isn't my issue. As leading groups, the issue that I found is that because of how our society is now and how, like, things are kind of carried, when you do those one-on-one meeting type shits and you're like, hey, you're the problem when I have an issue, or the person that has like an issue or whatever, it's fucky when it comes later on when you got to say like, oh, I got to get rid of people or whatever. Because then it's, oh, you've been targeting me this whole time. Nah. You've always come after. And that's what I'm saying. It's not that it's true that I've been targeting you, but that's how it can spin out.
No, that's what processes is for, bro.
That's what you would think.
That's what you know. You keep that shit documented. That's
what I'm saying. Even with that documentation, it requires not only good documentation, but a good organization. And a lot of issues is that one of those two things, if you're doing one of those big meetings where you got 3 or 4 people that you got a problem with, 9 times out of 10, one of those 2 other things are fucked up. Like, these people are messing up because the process is messed up or the organization is fucked up.
That's true.
If you're bringing people in, then like one of those 2 other things are also messed up. And 9 times out of 10, if you have a good process, you usually shouldn't have to pull people up. But if you're pulling people up constantly and you have a bad process, the organization's at fault. But if the organization's not trying to change you, you're just a guy in between the top and the bottom, which is like the managers that end up doing the big stupid ass meetings where they talk to 4 people, but everybody's got to be there.
Now, but what's the point that like you're not addressing the point of having like specifying the people who are causing the problem versus having everybody come in? Like, yeah, there might be an organizational issue, but that doesn't mean that we all still have to come to this meeting. We all know that the organization
have to drag everyone.
No, I
think you have to drag everyone because it's like I'm not having this conversation multiple times. I'm having this conversation one time with everyone.
That's how you alienate your A+, your A+ workers.
Then I come after the second time.
That's how you alienate your top workers, your top performers. Because
I'm doing my best. What the fuck am I?
Huh?
Yeah, if you're getting offended at something where the conversation is not about you, to me you're alienating yourself.
No, you're wasting my time in a meeting when I could be doing the shit that got me selling the most of the shit out here. Like I'm wasting time not selling shit. You're costing us money by me not doing my job. Like let me go do my job.
Regardless.
No,
regardless.
not really. In most places, if I'm like the top performer, you getting bonuses attached to your performance. You got
what kind of business are we talking about? Because if we're talking about a sales job, you're right. Like I'm taking away from your time, especially if you're selling like cars or you're selling property, you're selling anything.
If we are working in the warehouse, you take it away from my time from the line. You take it away from my time from assembling shit. We're losing money because you want to have a meeting with everybody on the floor. Talk to the niggas.
Because the meeting that we're probably having an argument about, the one that's like causing us to have this big meeting, is probably costing us way more money than the time it's going to take us for us to have this meeting.
It's not, because when your top 5 people leave because they getting sick of hearing the meeting that they ain't got to be a part of. Now you got to pay for onboarding. You hopefully get somebody that's as good as them, which you probably won't. And like you probably gonna have vacant positions, which means you're gonna put a lot more stress on the people that's still working there. Like that just don't math out like that.
I hear you. I fully see where you're coming from. I just, like I said, I don't agree. I think you gotta dead it with everyone. Like you gotta say, like, look, everybody, we're having this conversation once. To me, you're the guy who's busting your ass. You're the one doing the work. I've been in that position. I've been the top guy, the only guy doing shit. And I've been in meetings where everyone else was fucking up. And I just turned my brain off. I'm like, all right, you're not talking to me.
But that's the thinking that get people in positions of power that don't do the right things because they've been through the same shit. That shit whack as hell. Nah, you supposed to do the right thing regardless. Like you supposed to be the person who do the right shit, not become the fuck nigga who you hated. Like you're not supposed to become the fuck person, bro. You're supposed to be better than that.
But are you saying like I became the fuck person in that scenario, or like just in general, like that idea of like turning your brain off, like you're not talking to me type shit?
Yeah, turn the brain off, bro. I don't need to be here. I don't want to be. You wasting my. I only get one life.
I don't need to be here. But what I'm saying is, if you're not talking to me and I'm doing my job right, I don't get offended at you being mad at other people for doing their job incorrect.
I'm not offended. I'm annoyed. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me out of day punishment. This is not the army. Like this is not band, nigga. One band, one sound. No, this is their job. They gonna get fired. Y'all gotta find a new person for them. That ain't got shit to do with me. Don't include me.
And so then that's why I don't see a problem in having that conversation with everyone. I'm the guy who's gonna sit there and say, "Nah, you're not talking to me. I'm doing my job. I'm busting my ass. These niggas fucking up. It is what it is. Like y'all niggas gotta deal with the rest of this shit. I'm just here to collect a check. Like I don't see the purpose of
Mackenzie,
having conversations
like that.
for no reason, bro.
Hear that shit
I think that the generalization of bringing everybody in is just an excuse for terrible leadership. I think if you have good leadership, the responsibility should be on the leader to handle their business with the individuals that are impacting it. I think that pushing the responsibility back onto the employees by saying, all right, I'm just bringing all you motherfuckers in here. That's just an example of a bad leader. That's just that they just aren't good at their job to begin with. So sure, in the eyes of a bad leader, they might see it as I'm going to kill 1,400 birds with one stone. You know, I'm gonna bring all you motherfuckers in here, say it once, and then get it over with. When in actuality, if you're a good leader, you would have had the processes in place. You would have had managers below you that interact with these people, and you would have had the shit handled before the point where it escalates to bringing in
I think here's my cross in the conversation. Are we talking like I'm a manager or am I an owner? Because if
either way,
I think that's two different issues. As a manager, you're stuck with whatever the fuck you're given. I can tell you're stuck with whatever the fuck you're given in a lot of scenarios. You get a process. Here's the process. I follow the process. If the owner's like, nah, I don't feel like doing none of that shit, then nothing gets done.
That ain't true at all.
Are you okay? So look,
as a manager, I'm
speaking from exact experience, bro. That if you're at a bad organization with bad ownership, none of that other shit matters, bro.
It sounds like you putting more asterisks on the conversation than anybody else was. Like we not talking about a very specific like instance. We talk about in general. And
I'm saying that if you are a manager and you're at a general organization, you still don't have as much power as an owner would, right? I think that's
you have the power to fire bad employees. You have the power to correct bad behavior of the workers underneath you. So that's something you should do with the bad employees and the bad behavior. You don't make everybody suffer because of those two people. Again, because that breaks down
if you're a manager and you're dealt a shitty team and there's one motherfucker that stand out,
you love that motherfucking team.
I am not bringing that into that meeting. I'm gonna be like, "Yay, you my boy. No. I'm gonna leave you out of this. I'm gonna address the ones that suck." Specifically,
they about to get fucking fired.
More than likely, I just like I said, I don't agree, but I hear you. I fully understand where you guys are coming from. I just don't agree with you. I think you got to just dead it with everyone and call it a day. But hey, man, if I'm a bad manager, then so fucking be it. Nigga. Like I really don't care. Like I'm not a manager right now.
That's like saying you got beef for one dude in the neighborhood. You got to pull up a half smoke with the whole neighborhood.
No, you got to fight everybody. Fuck it. Put the gloves on and line up down the block.
Yeah,
go fight everyone.
Yeah,
it's like airplane. I'm gonna be like airplane, nigga, just in that one seat, just everybody in a big ass line with bats and fucking boxing gloves and shit, just ready to throw hands. But like, no, in all seriousness, like the reason I actually fought you guys on that is because I want to show that, like, at the end of the day, none of it really fucking matters. Like, no matter how many ways. No, what I'm saying is that no matter how many ways I try to rephrase that conversation, you notice how you guys were always at the same point of saying, but if you're a good leader, like, none of that shit should fucking matter. You should be able to handle that separately from everyone else, correct? That's what you all agreed on, right?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
To single out bad employees.
That's what I'm saying. Is that what I'm saying?
How
is
does
that
relate
like,
back to the Lizzo thing? Yeah.
So not with Lizzo. Lizzo's just I'm not gonna say it. But what I'm saying is that even though I tried to fight like each of those different arguments, at the end of the day, if you're a good owner and you're a good leader, you handle the shit with the people that like you need to handle it with. No matter how I try to slice it, no matter how much you bounce around it, at the end of the day, like you said, like you do have to pick like the A1 people and recognize that, like, look, these niggas are doing their job. These niggas are the ones that's fucking up. You got to handle the ones who are fucking up. And as we all can attest to, when you're dragged in one of those fucking meetings, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, no,
it's just dumb. It's just dumb. At the end of the day, you're like, dog, like, talk to them niggas. I'm speaking from experience that, like, when you do one of those meetings, I've had he's been targeting me conversation. So I understand why managers don't do that. That's all I was trying to ultimately get across.
Bro, let one of them niggas tell me he been targeting. Yeah, because you fucking up.
Because you better, exactly, because you're fucking up. That's why I'm targeting you. I'm targeting the nigga who's fucked up. But then that ends up being like the HR issue where, like, now if I go to fire you, oh, let's check and make sure that you follow all the processes. Did you do dot the I's, cross the T's, all that other bullshit?
Yeah,
like, yeah,
what
I
you
did all
supposed
these
to
things.
do.
Right, I did what I was supposed to do. That nigga gotta get packed up. Oh man, you know, like, we gotta give him one more chance. Maybe he's just not with a. Maybe you guys just don't work well together. It's shit. It's shit. Just like I said, it's from personal experience. It's shit. So that's why I understand why you just have the big conversation to avoid when I need to pack this person up. Like, guys, I told the entire team, and this guy's still fucking up, and I got the paperwork documenting he's fucking up. It's not personal. It's just business. And at the end of the day, it's easier to get rid of them when you've done that versus like one-on-one conversations. It's just easier.
Yeah, it's not. Because with the one-on-one conversation, you have them sign something that say, I specifically told you that I talked to you about this.
Yeah, but that usually also comes with a some type of plan too. Like, if you have those type of conversations, like those PIPs, performance improvement plans.
Yeah, those are one-on-one for a reason, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
they don't give a
you're usually filling that out when you have that one-on-one conversation.
Yeah, but they don't do those like a team.
Warning,
it's not like a team meeting.
Yeah, but I think that when you're entering that stage of when you're having people sign shit and you're having one-on-ones, that's like we've gone too far, and now I need to dead this like permanently.
That's the problem. That should be step one. Like, why is step one not to address the issue with the person that's causing the issue? That's step one. Bro, you fucking up. Stop it. Step two is either I told you stop fucking up or you out of here. Ain't no step three. Like, but this all with that one person. That's not with step one. Is not, hey group, somebody's not doing their job. Y'all should do your jobs. Person I'm talking to. I'm not talking to anybody though. Just the person I'm talking to. Do your job, guy. Like, no, nigga. Hey, do your fucking job. You fucking up. Like, that's simple. I don't.
Honestly, just real quick. I'll say something real quick. Cause
damn, Lee, yeah, that nigga mic went crazy.
God damn,
right, your mic is on, nigga, and it sounded like he was at the back of a concert hall.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's crazy.
But like, so basically, in my opinion, the perspective that y'all have are both right. No, bad leadership comes from a person that doesn't know how to address one single person, and knowing what their flaws and what the improvements can be, and at the same time, a good leader could also address an entire group and let them know, we have our ups and downs, but I'm letting y'all know right now this is a bad example, and I don't want y'all to have this. I don't want this example to be the representation of this entire organization.
That's fair.
This is shit right here. This is something that we don't want to focus on. This is something we want to improve on. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to doing from like speaking in group meetings and one-on-ones are more difficult because when it comes to a village trying to like understand how to focus on the process of how to tell them how you're doing this and this, and then like how they can improve from that. You have employees today in this modern era that either will tell you what's on their mind, will not give a shit, and will literally backtalk you if they think you're in the wrong.
As they should. Everybody humans.
Exactly. And the reason why it's so hard to even do that because I'm just saying from preference. No leader, in my opinion, is willing in this day and era is willing to put up with anybody's bullshit who's not willing to do their work, show their effort, and be respectful in the same junction that they were hired in the first place. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
No, like, because
It's true.
I mean, you were brought to this. You were brought to this position. You were brought to this office to have an opportunity to make yourself better. But at the same time, if you're gonna start fucking up, if you want to start doing all your bullshit, if you want to start, mouthing off, saying this, and that, and you want to talk back to me like I'm wrong, we brought you here for the opportunity. If you want to mouth off and do it and think and say what's right in your head, the door's right there. So I mean, I definitely understand that Carl saying, like, most definitely one-on-ones are way more difficult to even comprehend, and most definitely, Henny, when it comes to like doing group meetings, it's like talking to a classroom when everyone knows that chess grades.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like talking to a classroom. Everyone knows.
Yeah, don't lecture me, bro. I'm trying to learn. I got an A+. I want to learn right now, bro. Why are you lecturing me? You ain't taking away my learning time. You bullshitting.
Exactly.
That's a negative for me.
So like you're diminishing the dilemma one person does not need in their mindset to succeed in life.
What the?
That makes sense. Now, like, for example,
Rephrase it.
So say like I'm sitting in class. We had a pop quiz. We had like a big exam like a week ago. The teacher comes in the front of the classroom like, "Hey guys, I got your test scores back, and it looks like half of you guys didn't do great on the exam. Is this an example that you want for your future?" I'm like,
that sounds like a teacher fault.
Exactly.
Half the class failed.
Yeah.
That's on the teacher.
So I had a teacher who used to pride themselves on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who took an intro bio or chemistry class in college, bro? Like, them niggas, they be waiting like, bro, only 23% of people pass my class.
OD, yeah.
21% pass this year.
30% of the classes, the people that I've had in all my classes past like 3 years have graduated. Like, nigga, you're proud of? Like, my class is hard. Most people flunk out. A lot of people end up having to retake it. Like, that's not something to be proud of. Until like I saw the work and was like, I see where your hitch is. Like, your hitch is that you're teaching it this way, but you have half your class that learns another way. And because you teach this way, this half of the class doesn't fucking understand it. And it's like, you gotta adapt at that point. Like, if you realizing, like you said, 30%, 40%, your class is passing, your entire class, 20, 30, 40, depending on the school, 50, 60, 100, 200 kids in your class, and 20 of them graduate, like, or pass your class. Like, come on, dog.
Hey, look. I got a strong opinion on this shit because I aspire to be a leader in some capacity, and it's just the truth of the matter. It's what my personality is dialed to be in. Lee, number one, I don't like the teacher example because we're talking about fucking adults, right? Adults that should be able to handle themselves in some sort of fashion. Number one, I believe that a great leader should be able to communicate in a written form effectively, very, very effectively. If they need to address the whole company, don't waste an hour of my goddamn time. Hit the blank company all email button, send an email out to all of them, address your concerns, or have some sort of regular, I don't know, quarterly, monthly meeting. That's optional that you can join. That's recorded. That's sent to everybody where you address current things for the month, including highlights, lowlights. Have that be sent out so everybody's aware. In addition to that, the example with the teachers where they're proud of their students failing, the common thing that we keep running into, no matter how many examples or things that we want to throw out, is a leader that doesn't take any responsibility for anything sucks. That right there, the teacher's not taking responsibility for being a shitty teacher. They suck. If a leader takes responsibility for something, then automatically blame gets taken off of your employees. You can actually work towards getting better because nobody is in that mindset like, oh, I'm being fucking targeted, man, or these motherfuckers keep dragging me into this shit or whatever. Because the leader's like, let's say you're having a conduct issue with a couple people. All you got to do is leader, you take responsibility for that, put out something being like, hey, yo, when I built this, you know how company owners do. When I built this company 20 years ago and blah, 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 it was built on the foundations of not the shit that y'all are doing. It's very simple.
I would just say, it just to the only counterpoint to that, I literally have seen like niggas, grown adults, 50s, 60s, 70s, tell me to my face, I don't look at my work email.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, for sure. But that's
nigga, what?
That's part of your job.
That's
exactly
company.
like,
that's a company culture problem. If you have
absolutely.
motherfuckers not looking at their work email,
If that's what I'm saying is that like
if
even,
the owner of your
if you have
company
a
sends
good
you an
culture,
email, you should be looking at the email.
You should be looking at the
yes.
email. Sometimes it's just niggas are just trash. That's what I'm saying. Is like sometimes you just have.
So that's when it's
niggas.
time for the owner to send email. Like if you don't reply to this email in 20 minutes, you're fired. Nigga. Like
I got fired a couple times.
If you don't reply to this email in 24 hours,
close the business.
Like this nigga not talking to me.
Bro.
Mute.
Yep.
Like,
24 hours, you out of here, bro. Because you should be able to see my email within a day. Like that's 2 work shifts more than likely. Check. I think
the last company I was at, I think they had like a 48-hour like turnaround. Like if you don't respond to in like 48 hours, then it's a problem.
I don't.
And even in college, I had a 48-hour.
I don't respond to any customers who email me to my work email directly because we have a ticket desk.
Yeah, because you got a help desk. Like
and so they have to know.
Don't email me. Email the help desk.
Emailing me is not gonna solve their fucking issue.
Don't you love when they send it to you though? And they're like, "Hey, I know it's supposed to go through the help desk, but I figured it would get to you faster." Delete.
No, because I ignore it.
Exactly, because I delete it. I'm like, no, because see, you told me I know what the structure is, but I'm choosing in this moment to ignore it. Bet that I'm going to choose in this moment to ignore you too. And I'll wait for your ticket. You don't send a ticket. I sent you an email. Did you send a ticket to the help desk?
Send a ticket though.
Like, no, I did not.
Boy. My favorite is I've had this problem for 3 weeks. Did you put in a ticket 3 weeks ago? No. Did you email or tell anybody? No. What did you tell me yesterday? You've had this problem since yesterday. That shit ain't exist until you told me about it.
Exactly.
Motherfucker.
Exactly.
That shit not happening. You trying to fix it on your own ain't got shit to do with me. You have not had this problem for no damn 3 weeks.
Look, your piss poor playing does not account an emergency for me. Like 3 weeks ago when you had the issue, you didn't send a ticket. That just seems like you didn't really care. Now 3 weeks later, you're now expecting me to care. I promise you, I won't.
I promise you, I won't.
Oh hell no! Let me tell y'all guys.
That's crazy.
Man.
I got 6 other tickets I got to take care of today. I'll hit
you back later.
I hit you back.
And it's so true. Because again, like I said, you have to pass the junior accountant and accountant to get to the CFO. So all of a sudden, you send shit to the CFO saying, "I haven't gotten paid yet." And first thing I'm looking at, why the fuck are you talking to me about getting paid? You superseded 2 other motherfuckers that come to me because they didn't get back to you fast enough. But then I'm like, I'm going back to them. Why this person didn't get paid? Oh, they didn't turn this shit in correctly. Oh, well, fuck. You need to tell them that because they sent that shit to me. I'm not responding back to it because if I ain't send you shit, I'm not responding back to you. So what the fuck I'm going to do that for? So no, tell that motherfucker that they didn't submit it properly, resubmit that shit the correct way because everybody knows how it's supposed to be submitted and they get fucking paid. And then I get people, well, my electric bill get cut off tomorrow and I need that check now. Now, here's the other thing.
You better use
fuck you and your electric bill because that electric bill just became past due yesterday, motherfucker. That means your shit was much past due. Now they have to, I bet they catch your ass on the street notice now. And now,
like your bills all of a sudden came out of fucking nowhere. Like you knew every month you got to pay this shit, right? So why are you not on top of making sure that you receive your money on time? I don't understand. Like, if it affects your everyday, why do I need, as the person who's trying to assist you, why do I need to be inconvenienced with your bullshit? Like, your day, your computer's fucked up, right? You know your computer's fucked up. You go through your entire business day with your computer fucked up. You email me that night saying, hey, tomorrow morning, like when you come in, can you fix my computer's been fucked up all day? But when we were in the office together all day, you could have just been like, bro, my computer's fucked up. Can you help me out real quick? Yeah, sure. Let me bang this out real quick. 2 seconds. Oh, you just got to restart this bitch. But no, now it's, if I see the email at 9 a.m. and you came in at 8 a.m. I emailed you last night. Why didn't you get back to me? Bitch, because you emailed me at 8:30 at night. You know what I'm doing at 8:30 at night? Not work. Not work. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. Not work.
Yeah, I got one issue. What you said, don't come at my desk and ask me for shit. Go through the ticket desk. We have a service desk. Do not knock on my door. Do not come to my desk. Don't call my extension.
Hey,
Call
look,
the support line or a ticket desk, nigga.
I'm gonna say I love my motherfucking company because
Oh God,
they got a work culture where I am inclined to respond to somebody that reach out to me at 10 at night randomly with some sort of a question or something because of the way that you're allowed to conduct yourself during the day. I do got to say that, like, it's not like an end all be all just because my laptop closed at 5 o'clock or whatever, because you can breed a culture that allows for it, but that all comes from an exceptionally good leader. Otherwise, that shit ain't never gonna happen. And you end up with this culture where it's like, hey, don't even fucking look at me after 5 o'clock. Like, it's on site. You look at my direction and breathe at me. It's on fucking site.
I'm putting hands on you. Like, how dare you call me? But it's funny, man, that you say that. Like, when you're in a good culture, like, you extend yourself, for lack of better terms, for the others in your culture, in your group, because they too buy into the idea, so they also extend themselves. And that, to me, is like the best group, when you have a collection of individuals who all want to strive for one particular thing, and you all are like, fuck it, whatever we got to do, team, like, as a collective. Oh, I know my IT nigga is off today, like, he's home. I need this shit, but it's really not that deep. Send the ticket, I'll wait for you. And then you respond to it like, hey, man, I'm back. Like, hey, sorry about that. Let me bang that shit out for you instantly type shit. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Nah, nigga, you email me at 10 o'clock because some shit wrong with the system? Let me hop in and see what's going on. Because it's like, hey, man, respect is given, respect is earned. You know what I mean? Like, you give respect, you get respect back. You give love, and you give, like, encouragement, and then your team gives you love and encouragement back. And to your point of being a great leader, like, I think that is also important. Like, having recognizing that, like, yeah, these guys are under me, but they are still beside me. Like, when we succeed, we should be succeeding as a collective. I'm not the one walking into the meeting saying I did. I know that's not true. I know I'm the one presenting it, but the 18 niggas behind me who bust their ass out with to get it done, them the MVPs for real. Absolutely. Because them the ones who got that shit actually accomplished. And I appreciate that. And so now that I'm presenting this here, they have my back because they allowed me to present this shit on time. Absolutely. So guess what? Now when I come back, I'm like, guys, we up type shit. Like, we good. And if there's a corporate problem, then guess what? I'm fighting the corporate for my team. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, y'all not gonna talk to night shift. Night shift got that shit on lock. Like, we on point. I had a friend of mine, he used to work at Under Armour for, like, shipping and shit. And he was like, I had a night shift team. He's like, so from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., it was us. He said, everybody else is, like, during the day shift, like, an hour max of a break. He said, it's so nice we're done at midnight. Done. Because all of my team works hard. So since they work hard and they're done at midnight, I'm like, look, if something coming in the next 2 hours, then cool. But if not, y'all just hang out type shit. Like, yeah, like, he's I set up the break room, I put a console in that bitch, and we just hang out and just talk. When work comes in, he said we shut it down. Everybody gets to the tables, do what they need to get done, come back in, and then we have a good time. And he was saying that he got fired for that because your team's not working the entire time.
Yeah, now you spending company money. The team
spending company money to dick around instead of like actually working. And that's why it's hard. I feel like that's why we struggle to have really good leaders, because a lot of good leaders get pushed out of companies.
It's capitalism.
Because they're for whatever reason. Like, it could, and it's always bullshit in a lot of scenarios.
It's always come back to the dollar.
Yeah,
the almighty.
Yep. I got a question for everybody. Give me one quality of a leader that you wouldn't. This is just turned into the leadership episode, apparently.
Obviously, we're here now.
I'm just gonna run with it while we're here.
Yeah.
Give me one quality that isn't just like on paper for a leader, like something like they need to be able to speak in public or some shit like that. I don't need the on paper good leader. Something that you wouldn't exactly think of that you would like to see. I can go first on this one. I feel like every really good leader or higher up in any sort of position, they have this weird ability to be so unassuming in public that anyone can talk to them.
You don't let your leadership kind of get to your head type.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people over to our house for a company party, including the owner of the company, and I couldn't find Jordan for like 20 minutes. The two of them, the owner of the company and Jordan, were just shooting the shit for like 20 minutes, and she didn't even know who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ain't even have any idea. I didn't even get to introduce her to him yet because that was something I wanted to do because that's my super duper mega boss.
Right.
They have this way of moving in this like very. I'm not even gonna call it humble necessarily. It's just a normal
fashion. Was a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they don't wear their position on their sleeve. Like it's not my position is all that I am. I am the owner of the company. First. I'm a person who just so happens to own a company.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, just as a whole, they have to be an actual person. Their whole life can't be the leader of this team or the leader of this company at this job. Like, you have to have some type of life outside, because if not, they're not gonna be able to empathize with the people that's under them. Because most of the time, the people that's under you have a lot of shit they got to deal with, as well as come into the job and to do this hard ass work for this little ass pay. So you got to be able to imply like, shit. Yeah, I got kids at the house fucking shit up. I got to replace shit all the time, or have some hobbies. Like they got to be something, bro. They can't just be a wall of I come in, I tell y'all to do y'all job, and I leave, and that's all the interaction we get. Like they got to present themselves as a human being first, for sure.
Yep,
for sure,
definitely. Yeah, definitely. I say empathy, because you have to be empathetic, because the whole thing, I'm your boss, is I always have a problem with someone saying I'm your boss. I want a leader, not a boss, because a boss is a motherfucker to whip, just
man,
beating you like, go ahead, hurry, faster, motherfucker. But a leader says, I'm gonna get down here and I'm gonna be down here with you. I was a guy, again, CFO. I'm making copies. I am doing the dirty work, quote unquote. And you should be. Somebody told me, why are you down there talking to him like that? What the fuck you mean talking to him? I mean, they work with me. They work under me. Well, you don't need to just send an email, let them do it. If they don't do it, you go down there and fire them. I said, okay, motherfucker, that's not how it works. Because people need to know that they can come to me, tell me there's a problem. And not no bullshit problem, but an actual problem. Let's work it out together. And then if somebody's got some issues at home or whatever, we're gonna work around that. But they also know I got their back. So you have to be a little empathetic, because at the end of the year, when bonuses came, I wasn't concerned about me getting a bonus. Because they'll first, well, how are we gonna pay the execs? I don't care. Pay them first.
Right.
Take care of them. And they'll come after, I appreciate you. You didn't have to you had to fight for me. Oh yeah, I had to, because you're doing the work.
Yeah.
Because I knew when I was in that position, nobody fought for me. So I said to myself, when I get to that position, I'm gonna make sure I fight for the people who are really doing the work and putting in that effort and working overtime late at night and everything, because I want to show you my appreciation. And times my boss was like, well, I could have paid you more if you didn't. I don't give a fuck. As long as I have money to take care of my family, and I'm good, because they got more. They're not making as much as I am, so it's passed down to them. And I always kept that with me, because I said you have to treat people how you want to be treated. The problem is a lot of fucking people get to that point and want to crush people. They want to pretend like, oh, I made it, motherfucker. Hey, here's what y'all gonna see, because now y'all on the bottom of the totem pole because you're young, but you got fuck niggas in their 50s and 60s who want to look at y'all as, oh, y'all young, y'all don't know shit.
You got to look at the government for that. You can look right at the state of the government right now.
Yes, you don't know shit.
All them old ass dinosaurs trying to tell us how to run the world in 2023, and them niggas didn't even have cars when they first took office. Like
that is actually crazy if you think about it.
Like
for some of the politicians, that's actually dead ass true.
It's niggas in the Senate right now who don't know how to work a tablet, but they making digital rights fucking laws. Like, come on, dog.
So again, you gotta get rid of them. You're gonna have to see. We're getting to a point where and I tell myself all the time, there's need to be a cutoff date. This should not be a motherfucker 85 years old running for president. Think about it. If you knew anybody's 85 years of age, would you want those motherfuckers to even?
I just think that
Go-
this
go
could
to
be a whole
bed,
conversation.
nigga.
Dead ass though. This could dead ass be a whole conversation. We can have a whole pod on that, and I
Yeah.
want to one day. Is that if the becoming a president wasn't such a financial accomplishment as much as it is a policy policy idea, then like it would be better. But
Yeah.
really, it's just who has the biggest pockets nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's why you have those guys who are 80 some odd years old applying to be president, because they have 60, 70 years of connections that allow them to have the financial infrastructure to run for president. That to me is really the biggest issue.
It's not even
Like-
financial. It's all their friends that's in these positions of power right now. Like that's. I kind of don't want to start talking about this shit because then I'm.
I know. That's why I was like, I call myself.
The government nepotism route is not
Bro,
even fucking worth
bro,
it
it's
because
not even-
the
it's
two of
insane,
us
bro.
can tag team the whole pod for
Bro, that's what I'm
3.5
saying,
hours on this shit. I'm way too damn aware of it. It's not
just
worth
Oh
it.
yeah, and I've seen it for
People-
in 40 years. I've seen people get put in there that were incompetent as fuck, but they know somebody who knew
it's
somebody who knows
same-
Who
somebody.
knew somebody? Yeah.
And it's the same.
So
people.
again, so that's why I said I would never. Personally, I said I'd never work for the government because I saw how that game was. I'd rather work for private industry because at least you have an opportunity to use your skills and work on your skills. In the government back then, you got in the fucking government. If you learn Lotus 1, 2, 3, your motherfucking ass uses Lotus 1, 2, 3 until
Forever, nigga,
go-
till you die. You gonna retire
Exactly.
using 1, 2, 3, bro.
Exactly. The fuck they still using that shit, and they're like, "Well, that's the way it is," because they ain't doing nothing different. And I'm learning all kinds of new shit because I have to. Because again, you got to be a part of all the new shit coming on board. So that's why I said the leadership based on what you're seeing in the government, you can't use that as an example because there's really no leadership per se. But in corporate America, you have to have some sort of leader who can lead. And you see the bad ones, you see the good ones, you see the bad ones, and the bad ones are always about the money. They're always about the money. There's no way a CEO should be making 100 times more than the lowest person in the company.
Crazy.
That's
Lee John, what's your quality, bro?
Yeah.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think my quality is vision. They have to have vision of what they
Mhm.
want in the future. So like knowing where they want the company to be in like maybe 15, 20 years tops. Knowing the type of employees they want to have, the statement that they want to set, how they want to advertise, how they want the managers to be, what type of business that they want. I think a leader should have its best interest in vision, in a visionary aspect to know where to go down the road.
Gotta
I
be
think
leading
that's-
somewhere.
That's
bright.
such a good point. That is like,
Yep.
that got to be one of the best points.
Gotta be
people-
leading us to the right fucking place.
Yeah,
in the first place.
People in companies that have an understanding of what the vision is, work can become just work and it means nothing. When you have an idea what your piece in the puzzle is actually working towards, it makes it so much more fulfilling to do the work.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because it
yes.
inspires your team because they know what my work is doing this. And this thing is helping us get to this spot.
Mhm.
And it goes to what that was gonna be my last kind of idea to piggyback on vision is just having a quality standards, like just having a code of ethics and a standard that you hold yourself to that you then hold others to. So if you're the person who's like, I know I'm willing to put in the 16, 17 hours to do this stuff and get it done. And you treat your people like, look, I know this shit is hard. Going to the empathy idea, like having a good set of standards that you know are easily achievable, not the stupid shit. I expect everybody to run 26 hours a day, 8 hours, 8 days a week type. Those niggas are weird. Not them. The guys who understand that, look, 8 hours is 8 hours. That's not 14 hours. It's not 26 hours. It's 8. I'm not going to give you 14 hours of work expecting you to get it done in 8 hours. But if you manage to fucking get 8 hours of work done and you got some more free time, I'm not going to sit here and say, great, now since you got that done, I got these other 17 things I can hand to you. Like, no, dog, that doesn't inspire people to get shit done.
Nah.
That inspires people to say, "Nah, now I'm really not about to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to ratchet this all the way down to get them 8 hours in and do the exact amount that you want."
That's exactly what happens. That's what and when everybody went work from home, and all these companies should have realized that it don't take 8. First of all, most people wasn't doing 8 hours of work anyway.
Hell no.
You spend 8 hours a day at work, and you might work 6. Might work 6.
That's on a hard day. Sometimes
exactly.
like 3.
Mhm.
Hard day.
Sometimes
4.
like 3 or 4. Like
yeah,
on average.
yeah.
Like all them water cooler talks and breaks and shit people take, just walk around the office.
Walk around, talk to people, hand shit off. I'll walk up to the 4th floor. What's the
Yeah,
fine, not a problem.
I only use the bathroom on the top floor because it's got fucking washcloths. Like
killing
bro,
time.
no.
I'm gonna take a 45-minute dump. Like niggas pissing away the day anyway.
they do,
But you've committed so much to infrastructure that now you got to get your return on investment.
yeah, it's cool.
Now
But
you
if I
wanna
do
run
my
everybody
same
back
one, if you give me tasks for the day and those tasks get done in 3 hours, I'm done for the day. Like,
That's on my word.
I mean,
I
I
did my
could have took 6 hours to do it, but I got it done faster, which means we can move to the next step faster, which means we probably get ahead of the timeline and we save money somewhere. So I'm still gonna get my money, but you save money in the end goal.
Exactly.
Like that's how it's supposed to work.
By the way, the reason why I said vision, right? Because there's something had happened like about a week ago at my job. My manager Jesse, he's a fluent, passive aggressive, very, very, I wouldn't say strict, but he's a stern leader. He talks to people. He's very complacent, and he knows what to say to people who act out and who act on their duties. So recently, there was a little bit of a conundrum where one of the managers that he hired has stolen about $5,000 from their safe.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Wow. Damn.
$5,000 from their safe. And the crazy thing about that is Jesse knew this guy personally as well. Like he knew on a personal level as well. Like he kept tabs on. I think he knew him for about 2 years at most. This man, I'm not. You think you know when you like have a good example of a manager where they're always on task. They're always checking on things. They're always asking questions. They're always making sure nothing's going wrong. Everyone's doing their job. Everything's on a chill level. But at the same time, there's two sides. There can be two sides to a manager: the dark side and the light side. And
that's just people, bro.
Yeah, it's everybody, right?
Yep.
And the fact it's just scary that if you want to if you want to like have people in your life and have people work for you, you got to know what their vision is. Because I'm really sure that manager was thinking about, this job sucks. This restaurant ain't it. I can get a bag and leave. That's simple.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. That was crazy about that shit. And that man trusted him with his. He trusted that dude.
Mm.
And I would hate for any type of general manager to trust someone that he knew in his life to steal money from a business that he's been running.
Could be me because I'm coming to see you.
Yeah.
I'm if I'm the one that got you this job, you're going to hold me. You're going to hold my good name. I'm putting my paws on your shit, bro.
Yes.
Like, I got hands, both hands and feet, nigga, both.
Yes.
I can't vouch for nobody I don't trust to like. I have to know you. Like you have to know that if you fuck me over, I'm going to beat your ass, bro. Like,
yeah,
you have to know this.
Yep.
That's the hardest thing, though. It's like,
especially with work. Like, nigga, this is how I also make my money. Like, unless you're gonna take care of me and my family for the rest of my life, don't fuck us over, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Unless you like just hit the lottery that day and just came to the job, said fuck this whole place, and told me to come with you. Then that's not what we doing.
Like, that's not what we doing.
Nope.
Because guess what? Yo took that $5K. Ain't like he was like, "Hey, bro, let me side you a K, bro."
Nigga, he got to get a job after this $5K.
Exactly. Like $5K not gonna do nothing to nobody.
He might get by for a month. He might get by for a month. That's if he ain't got no kids. Like he fucked over.
he ain't getting by, bro.
That's what I'm getting by. Bro, before we wrap up today, because I think we had a great conversation, I just want to talk to the people real quick. Guys, we have been gone for quite some time. There's a reason. These niggas went on vacation. All of them. Every last one of these niggas went on vacation. Except for me. I was here. Everyone else went on vacation. So before we wrap up today, I just want y'all to talk just whatever you can, whatever nuggets you would like to share. How was y'all vacation, bro? How did y'all enjoy the time away from home, bro?
Man.
Hey, look, I've known this motherfucker Curl for 6 years online. I finally got to meet him in person, and as whatever expectations I had of how everybody was going to be, the motherfucker I've been talking to damn near every day for 7 fucking years. Now, mind you, that's a third of my life. I am not that old. That is a third of my life almost every single day. Trying to describe how my vacation was is fucking impossible.
It's so weird.
It's just I don't know how to do it. I got to meet people I interacted with every day for 7 years, a third of my fucking life.
I actually get the tangible,
and I get to tangibly look at them, put eyeballs on them, and hang out. It was just great.
Yeah.
Like it was a great
reparations
week.
while I was there, bro. It was great.
Oh my god, bro!
Smack the shit out of white dude saying nigga. It was,
God damn.
I love it, bro. I love it. It was great. I ain't get to smack him that hard though. Everybody was scared I was hurt.
Nah, that shit was loud as hell. That shit was loud.
Was that the video that I saw?
Yeah,
that shit was loud. That shit was
loud though.
Oh, damn.
Nah, bro.
Boy.
Oh my god, bro.
That's 2 down, a couple more to go.
Count them up, bro.
There's
Count
more.
them up.
For the record, I ain't getting slapped.
Nah,
I
not
ain't
him. It wasn't Ben.
I ain't say
Ben.
shit.
He know better.
Nor will I say shit.
Even though he could probably fuck around and get away with saying it too.
No, he can't. He got to roll a D20.
I felt that.
I gotta roll a D20. I gotta roll a nat 20.
You got to roll a nat 20 on a D20.
Nat 20. Oh, shit.
That's fair.
If not, he getting fucked up.
Nah, but for real, Tennessee was actually a really good vacation. It was really well needed. Meeting motherfucking Psych, meeting Skank, meeting Royal, seeing Curl for the first time. Like,
yeah, the goats.
It was a goddamn well needed trip. It was a fucking bitch to even get there in the first place. Let me tell you that much.
Fuck y'all, it was a bitch to get home, nigga.
Bro, hey, hell no. This motherfucker Lee John was inside of the airport, not flying, inside of the airport for over 12 hours.
What?
For a 2-hour flight.
For a total of 2 hours of flying.
A 2-hour flight, bro.
They raised him up. They put
really
2
did.
hands on Lee. Delta fucked him over.
Delta, yeah.
Then American Airlines fucked me over on the way back. I was in that bitch for 10 hours.
So it sound like everybody had fucking flight issues. Ain't that right, Dad?
Yeah, what happened with you? What happened with you,
Oh, god damn. Okay. I'm gonna make this short and sweet.
You better not cap either. I'll call it. You better not cap. I'll call it.
On Sunday, me and my wife, we're gonna celebrate our 27th wedding anniversary.
Congrats.
Amazing.
Thank you. So we're in Reagan, waiting for our fucking plane, sitting on C-30. And all of a sudden, we looked up and said, wait, it's 12 o'clock. We should be on a plane. So all of a sudden, we give it a look, and on the board, it says C-26. The fuck? We go to C-26. The lady said, oh, we've been calling y'all. You missed the plane. Oh, we did what? Oh, y'all missed the plane. You gotta be fucking kidding me. And the plane was sitting out there all closed up and shit. And she said, well, there's no flights leaving today. You gotta come back tomorrow to catch the flight to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Needless to say, I said I have to walk away because I gotta go home. Because if not, I'm gonna kill everybody in this motherfucker. Because you gonna fuck up my trip to Puerto Rico. Because you dumb motherfuckers put it on my damn ticket and then say, "Oh, I said something over the."
It wasn't
loudspeaker.
30 and 26 in completely different locations. So like 30 is like on your right, like west, and then 26 is east.
Hold on, wait. Big Unk, you got to use the app, bro.
You got it. That's what I said. I was like, y'all got to use the app moving forward. Y'all can't use the tickets no more. The tickets not loyal, bro.
No, at all.
We ordered food our plane, we were going to go to the airport at 4:00. All of us were going to be on the same flight to Charlotte and then break up from there.
Mm-hmm.
We were eating our food at 3:30. The Uber is on the way. Ben already was about to spend this $140 on the motherfucking Uber to get us to the airport. 3:35, all our phones just start blazing. Flight delayed to 9:00. What?
Oh.
And to remind you, we all got connections going out of Charlotte. Like, so none of us gonna make our connections. So we immediately like get on the phone. What the hell going on? Flight got delayed till 9. God damn it. All right, we gotta find new flights.
Oh,
Next
my
flight,
God.
5 a.m. Bro,
No.
bro. Sitting there hurt.
I'm like,
Hurt.
Sitting there hurt. All of them got their flight.
no,
Wait, all of them got a flight, right? 5:30. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get my flight. It's gonna be at like 5:45. I leave after y'all. It's all good. I lay down. I'm like, I'm about to go to sleep so I can wake up, get on this early flight. Phone ring again. Flight delayed. New flight. 7:35. Like, bitch, I'm gonna miss my connection again. No. I set up another flight.
no.
And then 20 minutes later, it got canceled, and I had to set up a third flight, bro. I didn't leave the first flight until 7:30 in the morning, and I had to wait in Chicago for 4 hours.
Jesus.
Oh my
Like
God.
that, before taking an hour flight to Detroit. Like, man,
You know what's the worst? And I
That
think
feels
this is a
awful,
testament to
dog.
the worst feeling of flying. When you're right, like I enjoy going on vacation.
Mhm.
I don't mind flying. I don't even
Mhm.
mind all the shit that comes with flying. But when
Mhm.
I'm trying to go home, I'm trying to be home.
I'm trying to get the
And that's the worst
home.
feeling. When you look at that shit and that motherfucker said delayed 4 hours, nigga. Just
I said, bro, man, come on, man.
when they say, you know, the little common idea of like, what's your superpower? I'm always the one that's like, bro, give me flight or instant teleportation.
Teleportation,
other.
bro. I just need to get places.
Blink,
Yeah, I wanna
hit
be
the
places,
2
bro.
fingers, bro, and be
Yes.
gone.
That's it.
Be gone.
Oh,
no,
It's
bro.
not.
Well,
It ain't it, bro.
Yeah,
well,
Listen.
I don't feel bad then because that's the case. We did leave on Tuesday and had a wonderful fucking time the whole time we left.
that's what's up.
But that was the fucked up part. But again, it all worked out. So like I said, man, I just enjoyed it. Like I said, you just gotta make the best out of it.
Gotta make
that
the
you
best
can.
of it, bro. That's
That's all
it.
you can do. That's all you can do.
That's it,
But
man.
as you guys, people have seen, Ben has left us, so we gotta wrap it up. He's like, niggas, we done with this shit. So
Yeah.
before we leave, last thing, what song / album / soundtrack has got you in a chokehold this week, bro? I'm gonna start doing a playlist shit. So every week at the end of the pod, bro, I'm gonna just say what song, what playlist has got you in a chokehold this week, bro. For me, it's been Utopia, bro. Utopia's had both hands around my throat all week, bro.
Pause.
Steam,
Yeah,
no
big
pause.
pause.
Oh,
Nah,
that
big
nigga has
pause.
had me against the wall going crazy. So,
Sir. Sir. I'm gonna just
pause,
take that back.
pause,
No,
pause.
you gotta take that back. You gotta do that again. This man had me against the wall going crazy.
That album had me against the wall,
Wild.
excited. Pause. So, for everyone else, I'm Utopia. What about y'all, bro? What album soundtrack y'all been listening to this week, bro?
Specifically, Meltdown on Utopia.
Meltdown, yeah, Meltdown.
Drake, the little whisper flow he did on there. This my favorite Drake verse in a minute. That and
he's been in his bag.
Schizo with Thug on there was go crazy as well. It's another joint. I can't think of the name of it, but I gave him a listen. I was like, all right, I mess with it. I mess with it a lot. Yeah.
Trav was in his bag on that album. John, how about you, bro?
Oh shit! I just realized I haven't listened to the new album yet because
It's all good. I'm saying any music. It ain't got
any music.
Travis. What you been
shit.
listening to this week, bro? It's
This
all
week?
open. It's all
My
open,
boy,
bro.
I've been stuck on Pink Tape for the longest time, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing
Pink
wrong
Tape.
with that.
I've been stuck on Pink Tape for the longest time. Goddamn, days come and go. That should be on repeat every time I got off of work, bro. Because I just want that day to come and go.
I respect that, bro. I respect that.
Nah,
Dad,
hey,
wrap it up.
You know, listen, I've been in that reggae vibe, so I've been listening to Bob Marley and Legend. I just been sitting there getting that vibe from my boy Bob. Even though he been gone for damn near 40 years, ain't nothing like putting some Bob Marley in and listen to that shit and put your mind somewhere nice somewhere where you getting your shit together. Bob Marley all the time. That's what I've been listening to this week.
For sure.
So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for a wonderful leadership conversation, Curl. I love debating against you, bro. Real talk, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. John, as always, great insight, Dad. You know, it's all love. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed today's podcast, y'all already know what to do, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we're going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.